Well, hello there. How's everybody doing today? I just wanted to come on here and thank you, ladies and you gentlemen, whoever's watching us today from the Crafty Bunch. And if you don't know me, well, my name is Elvis Presley, and I am just coming on to give a little introduction here before my cousin Kim shows up, because I just wanted to let you guys know how proud I am of her for all that she does crafty wise, and I am so honored that you ladies and you gentlemen are doing this in my honor. There is so many talented people on here today, and I am just so grateful that you would want to spend your time talking about me and all the things that I have done. And as you come on, I would really appreciate it if you would just say hello and show some kudos and some love to my cousin Kim. She'll be here in a minute. I think that she went in the kitchen to make herself a peanut butter and banana sandwich, because as you know, as us cousins, we're being from the South, we both love peanut butter and banana sandwiches and all that funky Southern food. So just come on, like I said, and say hi. And I appreciate it if you just show some love to the rest of these ladies. And I am so proud of all the things they've been doing, and to honor me and to show some trivia and some love in honor of my birthday. And I am just grateful that you ladies would want to just do that. So, like I said, I'm just hanging out here for a minute until my cousin Kim shows up, because she is just she had to take a little break. She went to church this morning, like every good Southern Christian should do, and she had to get it together, and she had to get something to eat before she showed up. So yeah, come on and say hi. And if you haven't joined Kim yet, then you need to go over to her page and click on my little nose or her little nose up there, and you'll see them three little buttons, and you can follow her and be a part of what she's doing. Now, Kim, if you don't know, she actually works a lot with Paula McClay, and she loves being a part of that. And she loves to be able to show people what she's doing with the Paula McClay. And we're just going to wait till she gets on the Crafty Bunch here, which should be any minute. There she is. I see her already. All right. Well, I see me, actually, what I see. So, like I said, there's everybody coming on here. Hey, Miss Betty, how you doing? Well, I just wanted to say hello. My name is Elvis. If you don't know who I am, and I think pretty much everybody knows who I am, I just wanted to say hi and let everybody know that I am just here as just to being so grateful that everybody is hanging out. Everybody is hanging out and doing all these crafts in my honor. I am just so blessed to be having you guys. And like I said, me and Kim, we are related. We are definitely related because we both from the South. So I just want to just give a couple more minutes before she shows up. And like I said, she's had to run get herself a peanut butter and banana sandwich, because that is one of her favorites too. Although these days she drinks almond milk with it. And I don't know about that almond milk, because I never was much of an almond milk. That wasn't even around when I was around. So anyway, hello, Miss Deb. How are you? And hello, Teresa. And hello, Adrena. That is an interesting name, Miss Adrena, but I like that name. Hey, Miss Glenda and Molly. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Like I said, as you come on, just say hi and let everybody know where you're from. And if you're a first timer, that you're going to be seeing Kim here in a minute after she comes on. And she's going to show you a really cool thing that she's doing with the clay. But everybody just say hi and show me some love, show her some love. And I'm going to just go ahead, I think now, and I'm going to turn it over. Oh, there she is. I see her. Elvis is definitely in the building. I'm going to be in the building for about an hour, and then we'll let the next person come up. But I am just so happy that you folks are just doing all this wonderful crafting in my name. But right now, let's go ahead and let Kim come over here and let her tell you what she's going to be doing. So I'll see you in a little bit, and I'll be talking to you guys in a little bit. But come on now, and let's say hi to Kim. Hey guys, you like my Southern Elvis? I am actually, believe it or not, I'm eating a peanut butter and banana sandwich. I love peanut butter banana sandwiches. Anybody don't know that? Have you guys ever tried one? They're actually excellent. So Elvis already gave you the introduction, so I don't even know I don't even have to give you any more introductions. I actually got peanut butter stuck in my mouth now. But Elvis is right. We are both from the South. Either though he's from Mississippi and I'm from Alabama, but we both like peanut butter banana sandwiches and we both have some similarities. And I've always been a big Elvis fan. Hey there, Adrena, how you doing? You guys like that? My favorite, try grill them. Grill them with cheese. I've never had a grilled banana sandwich with cheese. That's interesting. I actually like and peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. Everybody had one of those? Those are cool. Thank you for sprinkling that. I appreciate that. Peanut butter bananas on toast is excellent. My mom used to do banana and mayonnaise. I don't know. I'm not a mayonnaise fan really on a peanut butter sandwich, but um, I'm from You're from Asheville? Asheville. I'm from Alabama. I was born in Boaz, Alabama, which is about in the middle of the state, kind of north. It's between Birmingham and Albertville. But I live in Florida now. I've been here forever. Peanut butter banana grilled. I bet that is good. We can sit here and talk about food all day long. Which when like I said, I know I've been watching some of the other ladies. I didn't get to see the very first ones because I was in church, but I'll go back and look at the replays. And I saw a lot of trivia going on. I will be doing a little bit of trivia, but for me, I think I would like to just tell you a little bit about some of my Elvis experiences. Actually, well, not a lot of Elvis experience, but an experience, and have you guys share. Oh, you're from Fort Payne, Alabama. Yay, that's where Alabama's from. The band Alabama. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. So yeah, we're just kind of go through a few things. I will be doing a few trivia. Excuse me, I still got peanut butter in my throat. All right. I do have a really cool craft. Honestly, I do. I could sit here and jab all day long about Elvis. One thing I did want to share with you. Look, guys. See, I'm not a huge Elvis fan, but this is my kitchen apron. It's double-sided, but I always usually wear the Elvis side. And a friend of mine made this for me a long time ago, but just to show you that I do have a little bit of Elvis spirit going on. Had to do the white shirt too. Didn't have all the bling bling, but hey there, Jan, how you doing? I'm frozen. Well, I don't know if anybody else is frozen. I mean, if I'm frozen, anybody else. If I am frozen, then you can just go out and come back in, and maybe that'll help. And I'm in Florida. Molly, you're asking where in Florida? I'm in DeLand, which is close to Orlando. I'm inland from Daytona, about 30 minutes west of Daytona. So yeah. Oh, you like this? Yeah, isn't this cool? This is a cool fabric. I really love it. All right, so yeah, that's where I'm at from Florida. Now let's we can kind of talk and jab as we go along. Oh, you guys like my sideburns? Now I thought about doing the whole black wig thing, but honestly, I look horrible and with black hair. So, but I did sport the sideburns, yeah, a little bit. Okay, all right. So what am I going to be doing? Well, like I said, Elvis introduced me and said that I do work with polymer clay. If you are a first timer and you don't know anything about clay, a lot of you ladies already know, what I'm doing and whatnot, but I'm just going to show you real quick. This is one form of polymer clay. This is a brick. That's how they come. And this is from the Craftsmart brand from Michaels. There's several brands, but I like to use this one because it's relatively inexpensive and it works pretty good. There's other Sculpies and things like that. I'm a cracker gal born in Florida. All right. There you go. Good. I'm a cracker too. All right. And roll tide, by the way. Anyway, so what I'm going to be doing, I was inspired. I saw, I think it was Molly did a guitar before. Of course, Elvis that was his main instrument, was the guitar. First time viewer. Hey, Lisa, how are you? It's good to have you, darling. Like I said, if you haven't joined me, I would really appreciate you tapping all around my nose area and find the three little dots up there on your phone. And then just following me. I'm Crafty with Kim, as you can see down there in the corner. Up that corner there. Where is it? That corner. I get confused on my camera. This one. Wherever. All right. So yeah, everybody say hi to Lisa. All right. So let me go ahead and get going because there is a lot of elements to this piece that I'm making with the clay. And I was inspired, of course, guitar, Elvis, and I got to thinking about Valentine's Day coming up. Well, because I wanted to try to incorporate some sort of heart in almost everything this month up until Valentine's Day. So I came up with this cool heart. I'm going to show you this before I take you down because I'm going to take you below on my table and we're going to work off there. But I designed this little guy here. It's a guitar with a heart. This is my pattern that I sort of went off of. All right. And then I turned it into a clay piece. And then I also thought, you know, what is his song? He's got a lot of love songs, but the one that came to me the most was Love Me Tender. So I'm going to be incorporating that on my piece. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to take you down below. But here's the little guitar. That's kind of what I've got so far. And I've got some other elements. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to switch my camera down below. You can see my big guy next to me here. And then I'm going to kind of show you the process of what we're going to be doing. And hopefully I'll be able to get through most of it. And as we go along, if I can remember and get myself together, I will be doing a couple little giveaways, just based on not really on trivia. I'm just going to have you throw in some hashtags, and the first one that comes up with the hashtag will be the winner. And that's the way I do it because I don't have time to go writing people's names down. I go back over and look at the first hashtag and I go from there. So anyway, let me go ahead and switch my camera over first off. And we'll get going. And I can still see your comments and whatnot. So you guys keep chatting at me. All right. So yeah. So down below here on my table, well, no, we're not doing hashtags right now, Molly. I'll give you a hashtag word when it's time. Okay. So like I said, all of this is done with polymer clay from hand, from scratch. This little guy, it's a piece of sheet music. Like you can see, it's clay. All right. I've got some little handmade roses here that I did. And I'm going to try to get to, I can show you how I do all these little things if I get to them. This is a little banner. I'm going to be painting all this up and see it says Love Me Tender. All right. So all this is going to be incorporated on this canvas here next to me. I've got a little heart here with a key, you know, kind of doing like a little mixed media thing with the clay. So that's what I'm working with. And all this is going to go on this little canvas. All right. Lucky One Creations. Oh, thank you so much there, darling Miss Natalie. I appreciate that. I was watching Natalie yesterday. She works with a lot of clay, and she does some really fun animal stuff. I mean, cute. She made a cute little freaking. I was amazed with her little chicken. It was so cute with the fur and whatnot. Debbie, that guitar is awesome, and the sideburns. Oh, you like my burns? You like them burns? Now, the guitar, I struggle, like I said, with color. I could not figure out what color to do this guitar. I thought about doing feminine, you know, making something kind of more girly. And then I thought, well, you know, I kept coming up with black, I guess, because he has black hair. And so it's a little bit more on the masculine side, but I still think it's going to look cool when it's together. And thank you, Miss Molly, for that. So, okay, so it's going to go on here. But what I'm going to do first is I need to color my canvas. And I wanted to make it so it's a little bit, you know, a little bit more of a rustic, or not really grunge, but more of an antique looking sort of thing. So what I'm going to do first is just take some color for my canvas here and kind of color it down. And I am going to color, I'm going to go ahead and color a little bit on here on this because I want it to look a little bit aged is kind of what I'm going for on the sheet music. And I kind of yellow it up a little bit. So that's what I'm going through. Thank you for following me. I really appreciate you guys. Like I said, I haven't been able to be on as much as I wanted to this past year because of work and some things going on in my life. But I'm getting ready to semi-retire in April. Believe it or not, I'm going to be turning old enough to be able to do that. So I'll be able to spend more time online, and that excites me because I'd like to get my numbers up and all that. So okay, first off, like I said, I'm just gonna slap a little paint on here to kind of get this canvas going. And everybody tell me, all right, so while I'm doing all this madness, by the way, this is a little wrap canvas from the Dollar Tree. It is nothing real special. But I kind of debated on what to put it on. I was thinking about wood and lots of other things. But I just thought, well, I'll just make it kind of simple and put it on a wrap canvas. So, oh, yeah. Hi there. Lucky One Touch. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Actually, like I said, that's Natalie, Lucky One Touch Ladybug Creations. Like she's very talented. I'm serious, you guys. If you haven't seen her, you guys want to come on as your business page. If you are a crafter, please do that. And go over and check out Natalie. She's really great. She's so sweet. She got a big old, what you call it, a Happy Mail yesterday. I was watching her. She got a lot of goodies, so she's got a lot to play with. All right, so like I said, I'm just slapping some color on here. What I'm kind of going for, like I said, is sort of like a little bit of an aged or a parchment color kind of thing. And let me get my paper towel here. I get my my banana paper towel, and I just kind of like pat it off a little bit, kind of go for it like that, and give it some texture. Excuse me, I have my brush in my mouth. I do have an hour, but I know even with an hour, it flies by for me because I can get real detailed and chatty. So I'm not trying to make it too much going on here so I can get all this done. And whatever I don't get done, of course, I'll finish off the live and we'll be get done. All right, so I just want to get a little bit of an antique color on that, and I might end up jazzing it up with a little brown on the sides, but I'm going to let that dry because all the elements are going to go on here. All right, so we got that. And I'm going to try to, I'm going to put a little bit of color. I'm going to set that off to the side. I'm going to put a little bit of color on this clay. Now, as you're coming on, if you have any questions about the polymer clay, please ask. I don't want to, the thing I got to be careful with is I'm realizing if I paint this whole thing, it's the black's going to like take the black out a little bit. And I really don't want the black to come out. So I think I'm just going to have to do it like in between the notes, the music notes. I should have probably painted the clay, which at hindsight, when the clay was raw, I could have painted the raw clay first before I actually put my music notes on. Now, I'm going to show you how I do all that, but I just want to get some of the main coloring done on these things first before I went to the actual, like how I built this stuff with the clay. What is the type of clay? Molly's asking. It is polymer clay, and it's the type that you bake in your oven. There's air dries and all sorts of different ones out there. Of course, it's not but it's a plastic-based clay. And by the way, I do mention this on most of my lives that if anybody's interested, I have a little video clay course that I have created. That's a 10-course little videos that you can watch, and you can learn the beginning, like how to do it. And I do a couple little projects in there with you, so you can get started with that. And the link is in my description. And you can go and check that out. It's like $12 for 10 videos, and it's on YouTube, so you can watch it at your leisure. So anyway, so that's that for my little clay course. But I'm just in love with polymer clay. You ladies, I've been doing crafting and teaching everything for 30 plus years, but I don't know, clay just kind of settled with me, and I'm just in love with it because it's very versatile. And it's like if anybody's messed with it, then you'll absolutely know that. You'll understand that, don't you, Miss Natalie? All right, so there. I'm going to kind of leave that alone right now. But see, I just want to age it down a little bit. I just kind of want to give it a little bit of look so it's not so bright and white. Next time, if I ever do this, like I said, the best thing to do would be to paint the clay first, and then we're going to put the music notes on. I'm going to show you how we're going to do all that. So I'm setting those two aside right now. And let me get this booger out of the way. I've got a lot of stuff on my table here, guys. All right. Let me see. Let me get a little bit of maybe some trivia. Or you know what? What I wanted to do is actually share with you. Does anybody have any Elvis stories? Like, how did you actually get to see Elvis? I did get to see Elvis. I got to see Elvis before he died. And let me see. I was a junior in high school, believe it or not. I'm aging myself here. But I got to see him in Tahoe, Nevada. And in 1976, and he died in August of 77. So I did get to see him with my mom and dad. They took me, and he honestly wasn't doing too good on stage. I don't want to dishonor him, but he was drunk. I'm gonna switch my camera, but I gotta tell you the story real quick. Yeah, hey, let's see. I'm gonna turn it over. Let me get up here. Yeah, he had a little bit too much to drink or something because he was he was he wasn't performing too well. But the thing about it is I still to this day can say that I saw Elvis. I saw Elvis in person in 1976 in Tahoe. I used to live out west for many years, and Nevada and whatnot. And so Viva Las Vegas. And so, yeah, I had an opportunity to see Elvis. And then, like I said, the next day, does anybody remember? It was August 1977. I remember the exact day and time, what I was doing. Does anybody remember what you were doing when Elvis died? I was actually driving my car. It was after school, and I heard the announcement on the radio. And I think I was with a friend of mine, and I literally stopped my car. I mean, it was like, stopped my car, and I'm like, oh my God, Elvis just died. Did anybody else remember, like, was it impactful to you, where you were, what was going on? But yeah, I remember that. It was a very sad day. You were 16. Yeah, we're about the same age. I'll be 62 in April. So, all right, now let me go ahead and take this down below. If I said I could get to jabbing and not get my actual craft completed here. All right, so with all the elements that I showed you, what I'm going to do is trying to, you were driving also? Okay, yeah, Lisa, it was shocking. Anybody, when we lose a really big name like that, it's always a real shock. Okay, so you can see I got a lot going on with this little thing, but it started out, like I said, at first I did the guitar, okay, with a pattern I showed you. So, and I had to build a guitar out of a cereal box. Okay, this is a cereal box. I cut it out, my pattern out, and built this because what I needed to do is have something for the clay to sit on till it's baked to get hard, because it won't really support itself. I mean, you could have done it out of aluminum foil, but it's best to do it like, it was much cleaner to do it with a box. So, all right, let me move some things out of the way so it's less confusing. So with the guitar, if you're doing anything like this, I wanted to be able, I've already rolled my clay out. You guys can see it's kind of floppy. It's kind of like a fondant or something like that. So with the guitar, once I got it cut out and built together, I basically glued it together. I didn't need the back side because it's literally just going to be on the canvas, so that wasn't necessary. And this I left separate because it's a thicker piece. As you can see, it's kind of like got a thicker, base on in there, and it just sits like that. So, but to do something like this and to get the drape, first off, you got to consider, if you're going to cut it out, you don't want to cut it out just the exact shape of the thing because it's got sides. It needs to drape over. So what I did is I kind of measured, and you can see my little outline here. I went around enough to where I can do it a whole fold. You could cut it out and try to put a piece around that, but it's really easier to actually do it this way. Let me see, let's read these comments. I was living overseas when it happened. It was a sad day around the world. Absolutely was, Cindy. Yes, you heard it on the radio. I did too. I remember I was in Brazil with 10 years old, and my mother was started crying. Let's see, me and my mother just got off evening shift job, and I was the first thing we heard on the radio. I know, I think everybody who was around that age, and it was very impactful. Okay, so like I said, with this, what I did is just kind of cut out the basic shape, and then you just drape it. You're going to drape it across. Matter of fact, on Wednesday, we're doing Crafty Bunch is doing a Pioneer Woman event, and I'm going to be making a cool little a flower bowl with a draped effect on a bowl. So you guys don't want to miss that because it's going to be cool. I'll show you how to do a flower, make a bowl with the polymer clay. All right. So then at that point, I just formed it like this, and then I trimmed it off. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because of the time element, but you can see how I draped it. And then, whatever's left on the edges, I take an X-Acto knife and then I just cut it down. So that's how I did it. And I leave this on until it's paint, until it, of course I made this little guy too, and I put it together, but I leave all this intact until it's baked. And once I put it in the oven at 275 and bake it, I actually was able to remove. Now, one thing I would do that I didn't show you, is if you want to remove this little base, you could put aluminum foil around it and it'll pull right off. But you don't have to. You can literally leave that on there because it kind of does stick to the paper from there. All right, so that's the guitar part. And then, of course, from there, what I did with the guitar, as you can see, I had my little heart cut out, and I just wanted to show you how I did the heart cutout. Hey, Terry, how's it going? Oh, you were too young. I remember I was saying you said you were like 6 years old. Yeah, well, I'm dating myself to her girlfriend. All right, so what else are we going to do here? You guys have to excuse me, too. I'm a little grovelly, but I guess that's good for my Elvis voice. But I had the crud this week and had a little bit of stuffy nose one. Now I'm still getting over it. So for the heart shape, I mean, basically it's a cutout the same, and I don't need to cut it out, but I wanted to show you different ways that you can create this. Now, this right here is an actual, it's in French, but like, who cares? I don't know what it says, but I like the stamp. So I used a rubber stamp on this. And the way I did that is basically Oh, well, thank you so much, Miss Molly. So basically, what I did is I'm just like I said, I don't have time to do every little motion, but I wanted to show you how the stamp looks. It's probably stuck because I left it on there for a couple of days. In Florida, actually, they're believing it's kind of warm here. All right, so since it's kind of stuck, I'm gonna have to put that back together. But I want to show you how it looks when you stamp it. So, so basically, you can take ink, of course. If you don't have ink on hand, you can use a just regular acrylic paint, which is normally what I do because I only have a couple of colors of the ink colors. So I don't put a lot on there because I don't want it to be oversaturated. So I just kind of like did a little light coating like this. And see, you don't want to press too hard on there either but it's kind of cool. I thought it was real pretty. It's always a good reveal when you do this and then you pull it off. So I'm just going to stamp this guy right here any old way. I'm just showing you basically how it works. All right. Isn't that cool? Just like that. I'm going to pull it up so you can see. See? So the white against the red is really neat. Now, what I like to do is take a baby white right away and take this off because I don't like to get stuck on my on my stamps. So let's see what else. I recall the day my mom was crying. I went in my room and I cried alone. Oh, cried alone. That's so sad. Isn't that amazing how certain celebrities can impact us? I know, like when Robin Williams passed away, I'm like, oh my God, that really devastated me. He was such an amazing guy. Anyway, so, all right. So we got that part. You can kind of see how that is. I don't really need this. So I'm going to take this up. And the way I take it up is with my tissue blades. These suckers are like way sharp. I just got a new one. These are a fresh pack. I pulled them out yesterday. And so this I can just literally like, put it back together because I just did that as a sample for you guys. Thank you, Miss Natalie. I appreciate that. So I got that. That's one way to actually create. That's how I created the lettering. Excuse me, I've got a band-aid on this finger. It's a little funky. But so that's how you would create the lettering on there. That's how you can do it on a stamp if you don't have ink. Okay, so we got that. Now, what's the next part? Of course, all the other little embellishments I just added on here. You just roll those out and cut them on and do the guitar part. So the guitar part's pretty much done. We did the heart. What else did I want to show you real quick? This is, this is kind of cool. These are just little elements of stuff that you can do with polymer clay. This right here is a mold. A lot of you guys have probably seen silicone molds. These are little ones that I bought. I can't remember what I bought these for, but anyway, to create my little heart. Ooh, my ear's itching. This is already baked. This is kind of like, looks like plaster actually, but it's actually the clay. And I did a little key as well, which I'm going to paint them up gold here in a second. But I thought it was really cool. I love working with these guys. You literally just pull that. Oh, excuse me. Now this pulled off because I didn't do it right, but don't worry about that. I'm going to show you something here in a second. I've actually created some other ones that I'm going to do as a giveaway here in a minute. I'm going to do some little hashtags. That's what I said I'm going to give away. This one here, you can see that actually came loose. I'm going to pull that up. All right. And I didn't do it on here because this one's going to go on the canvas. That's kind of cool how you can do these little hearts with these silicones. Now, I'm going to show you what I got over here. I went ahead and made, I'm working on another project. This is actually going to go on here too. I did these in black. And the reason I did these in black, because I'm going to paint them up with some metallic colors and they're going to look really great. But these, I actually embedded a piece of wire in here. I will show that on another little small live. But these are got a little bit of wire inside the hook, like inside the little top part, so that when they're baked up, they'll be nice and sturdy. And you can actually use them as a little charm or a little bracelet. Is your work? Oh, yeah, this is actually a tile from Lowe's. You need to have like a smooth surface, something that's nice and non-porous because you don't want the clay. It's sticky in itself, and so you want something nice and non-porous. And then I have a light right above me, around ring lights, and they're always glaring. So, and I've got the silicone mat down below because I have a piece of glass underneath here. So I'm trying to keep all the glare, but you still got to see that. Oh, excuse my camera there. You still see all that light going on. All right, so what else I want to show you? With this, there's something. Oh, the sheet music. That's what I want to do. Okay, for the sheet music part, where's my stencil? Where'd I put it? Right here. Right here This is cool. I got one of these little dudes. It's just a little stencil with the sheet music on it. I had to actually put my, I had to go like that with my arrow to see which side the sheet music's on because it looks a little funky. And actually, I think it's on the other side if you want to know the truth. No, it's on this side. Okay. Either way, it's hard to tell, but I'm still doing. So for this, Teresa's asking, is this clay, do you have to bake it? This is a baked clay, Teresa. Absolutely. It is a baked clay. The directions on the box generally say to do it for 15 minutes per quarter inch. But honestly, most of us polymer clay people that work with this, we know that it's okay if you're doing something like this. It's not going to be touched, but I generally like to bake it almost an hour. I mean, 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what it is. It makes it a little harder, a little bit more durable. All right, so little example of how I did the sheet music. So I've got my little stencil here. Any stencil, of course, will work just like you're doing a regular stencil. But what I do is I roll it to give it a little bit of extra dimension. And depending on how thick your clay, of course, it's gonna come through and make it a little bit more of an embossed feel. Okay, so you got a little bit of a raised feel on it. Now you could easily take a little paint dauber and paint on this. But for what I did, sometimes I like to do it's a little bit more controllable, and it just gives a little bit different concept of doing it. I like to take a little bit of brush, or not a concept, but a different way of coloring your paint. And it's a great way to get like little blush tones and things like that. A lot of people use these when they're doing like figurines of people and to get like little skin tones and whatnot. You're using these is a craft, what do you call it? Pastels, dry pastels. You don't want the oil pastels, you want the dry pastels. And what I did is I take a little bit, I've already done it, but I take the pastel and I just shave a little bit off with my X-Acto knife here. Okay. And so you've got the loose, and you can also use mica powders for this, which are like the metallics. But in this case, I wasn't doing metallics. So, and then at that point, you just do this number. You just paint it right on the raw clay. Of course, you know, you can't do this on the dry clay when it's baked because it's hard and it won't stick. This only works when it's raw, when it's still sticky. But it's a nice way. And to me, sometimes when you're painting with this, it's a little bit more controllable. It's lighter in a sense, but to me, it's a little bit more controllable than using the paint. And I'm gonna make a mess all of this, but I'm just showing you the basics of how I got to that effect. All right, so let me think. What else can I do here? I got 30 minutes. I'm doing pretty good. Okay, I guess I can start. Now, sometimes I have a tendency to talk too dang fast on these things because I'm trying to get everything in. Elvis's birthday. We talked about Elvis's birthday, but does anybody actually know? I need y'all Googled it. I Googled it, and I'll tell you the truth. I got a couple different numbers. Then I said, well, hello, I just need to go find with his actual birthday. He was born in 1935, and this is 2023. So he's actually how old? Does anybody know how old he would be if he was alive today? So, okay, so we got that, and I'm just going to take that off there. And you can see you got a cool little music note. Isn't that neat? All right, so I got that. So that's how I did the sheet music. All right. So like I said, he would be actually, according to my calculations, he would be 88. I saw 87. I thought he was 87, but if you do, it's 1935 and 2023. I saw 88. So I don't know, 87, 88, somewhere around in there. But think about it. If Elvis was still alive, like what he'd look like to 88, right? Yeah. See, there you go. Isn't that cool? And it actually has, even look at that, and that kind of cool. It's a little bit of a raised image. It's embossed. And it's a little bit raised, but that's how you do the sheet music part. Or if you want to do a stencil with doing the chalk pastels. All right, so I got that out of the way. Now, let me see. What am I going to do now? I've showed you pretty much everything I want to show you. So now I'm going to start putting it all together. I think the only thing I need to do real quickly is paint. I want to paint these gold. And speaking of which, what I'm going to do now, like I said, I've got these black ones over here. I actually have not baked these yet. And I tell you, I meant to bake these because they're going to go on the piece, but I'm going to color them. But these are like I said, they're just black right now. They can stay black, but I was going to put metallic, either like gold, silver, copper, whatever colors you want to do. And I'm going to let people actually choose what color. I'm going to let them customize them based on the colors, because what I'm going to do now is basically do a giveaway, and I'm not even going to make you work hard for it. You don't have to guess anything. White's Creative Designs. Hey there, how are you, darling? By the way, before I forget, I know I got 30 minutes still, but I want you to make sure that you guys go over to Suburban Country Charm. Teresa is up next, and she is going to be working. I think she kind of did a little bit of hers yesterday, but she's going to be finishing up her Elvis. And I saw a sneak peek. She's got the full Elvis costume going on, guys. I'm telling you, jump shoot and everything. So you got to see her. All right. So what we're going to do now is I'm wanting everybody, I'm going to take the first person that can give me, I don't know what the hashtag gold is. I didn't say anything yet, Molly. I didn't say anything. But what I want, the first person that can put in hashtag peanut butter will get one of these. I'll send you one of these little charms, and I'll let you tell me what color you want it. And actually put in hashtag and what color you would like your charm. We'll do it that way. And so the first person that puts in the hat, well, I see actually, so first person I see is Teresa. All right, Teresa, you're the first person to put in hashtag peanut butter. So I'll actually get with you in gold. Okay, hashtag the gold. Okay, that was the second one. Well, Teresa was the first one. So Teresa, you can either put it in here now, or I can get with you later and I will paint it. You said gold. All right. So I will go back and look at comments, but I will color that up for you, and then I'll send that to you. Copper would be excellent. I can even do like a rose gold, guys, if you want me to. And they're just, and like I said, these are going to be durable enough because I put a little piece of wire in that top part, and you can use them as a little necklace or a charm or whatever. All right, so now, oh, gold. Speaking of gold, I need to paint up my little heart, and my key. I'm just going to paint those little gold. And like I said, the reason I painted them black is, but the black looks really great when it's gold. When you do as a base and then you put the metallics on top, it's like really makes it rich. That's why I like to do the, and I don't know if I like this gold. Which gold do you guys think I like better for the keys? All right, so should I do more of the bright king's gold or the darker gold for the key? Now, these are going to go on my piece, so I don't know which gold to use. I'm going to be doing a couple more hashtags, so don't worry, guys. Let me see. There was something else I was going to say about Elvis. Of course, like everybody knows that. Oh, does anybody else? We talked about the Elvis story. Has anybody actually seen Elvis? Did anybody actually get to see him in person? I'm curious if anybody else besides me has actually got a chance to see him. And after we go through that, I'm going to ask us another question here, and we'll get another hashtag going. Brighter. Somebody said brighter. Teresa said bright, bright, bright. Everybody's going bright. All right. So I'm going to do the bright. And then I might take it down and antique it a little bit. All right, let's see. I need a little bit small brush on this one. I'll just use this little guy. I said brushes work good. I sometimes on the bigger, flatter pieces, I like to use like sponge brushes. I use the little daubers a lot, but it totally changes it when you paint it, right? Paint is amazing. Paint just does wonders. Paint can make a whole house, a room, any kind of craft just come alive just by adding paint. It's one of the cheapest ways to make something look good, right, guys? You saw him. You did get to see him. Yeah, actually, how old was I? Let me see. I graduated. I was actually not quite 18 when I graduated. So I was about your age. I think I was about 16 too. Teresa, I'm going to be 62 in April. So we're probably about the same age. All right. So there, see how I painted it a little gold? And when it dries, I'll probably put a little extra brown or black or something like that on, because I did want to kind of give it more of an age look. So yeah, I did want to do another one of the heart giveaways. Let me try to think what I was going to do. All right. So pretty much I think everybody knows where he was born. If you don't, he was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. Actually, that's a long word. I don't want to make you put in Mississippi, but we'll do a hashtag miss, M-I-S-S. First person that does a hashtag miss will get another one of my little clay hearts. I'll send you another one of those. So hashtag miss. And don't worry about putting the color in unless you want to put the color in, because I'll go back and ask you privately. I'll get with you on that. So we got those two right there. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and start putting everything together. Okay. Let me see. Miss, who did I see first here? Let me scroll back. You guys are coming so dang fast. That was Terry uh, Taskapalushas. I know I messed that up, and it's got to be Greek because I was married to a Greek. I was a Missalitis for a long time. Um, Tasfalusis. I know I messed it. But anyway, Miss Terry, you got it. You're the first one I saw that did hashtag Miss. So I will be sending you a heart charm too. And like I said, I'll just get with you guys privately after I get off this live, and we'll work it all out. We'll work the colors out. And you know what? And I could even go customize anymore. If you want me to put initial, I haven't baked them yet, so I could stamp a little letter initial in the back of them for you. If it wanted to be for somebody else as a gift or for yourself, just let me know and I'll put a little initial in there for you. See how nice I am? Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Terry. I appreciate you, ladies and guys. I'm there's any guys on here coming up. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and learning a little bit about my clay stuff. All right, so those are drying. And I think now I'm going to go ahead and start putting everything on here. I want to make sure that I actually get it somewhat assembled if I don't get it all assembled by the time. And I'm not sure if I really like that. I'm going to put another wash of color on here. I think I'm going to go with this, with the khaki. Oh, thank you. I like doing things for people. I think all of us, little girl, all of us crafty ladies, we love, we love sharing and we care and all that sort of thing. I mean, this group is amazing because it's always, helping each other out. Like we said, like just lately, Miss Judy's been in the hospital and people are going on her page and helping her and raising some funds for her while he's doing fundraisers and stuff. And I think that's just awesome that we all support each other like this. So yeah, I'm just trying to get it a little bit more so it doesn't look so, like lines and stuff. So I'm taking a couple of colors and just sort of blending them together. This is a antique white, and then I have a khaki. So I just didn't want to look too streaky. I wanted to make it look more like a old parchment paper looking thing. I thought about doing it on the guitar, but I figured if I started trying to take that guitar down, I'd probably mess it up. So I may as well leave it the color that it is. But I think I'm liking this pretty good. And what I'm going to do is I could have used my hot glue gun, but I think I'm going to use my Gorilla Glue for this. But I probably need to dry it up too before I make the glue stick. All right, so Simply Bewitching Crafts. I sent a bunch of hearts. I think you have to delete or the internet actually frames. I don't know, Jeannie. Were you talking to Wendy? Okay, now let's do another hashtag. Let me see. I've given away 2. I've got 5 of these darn things. I want to do another one. What else I actually got a question. Okay, this is something that you have to guess at. Now, if you guess this, then well, maybe I'll do it 2 ways. Maybe I'll do it so that we'll give 2 another way. Okay, the first one is easy. Fallon, you're the Crafty Bunch and loving it. Yes, Miss Molly, you are. And I've only been here since about, I think August or something last year. I joined with around the same time that a couple of the other ladies did. All right, so my next question. Hey, Christy, how you doing, darling? I'm doing some little heart trivia giveaways and stuff on my piece here. Next question. I'm going to have to put my little industrial heat gun on here, but I'm going to do a question first for you guys. And then the first person, I want you to do a hashtag for me because it's easier for me to identify when I go back and look at the comments. So who is Elvis Presley married to? Hashtag with the name. First person that gets that will get another one of the hearts. I'm going to go ahead and do this while you guys are, I guess I got to plug it in. While you guys are putting that in, I'm going to go ahead and dry this up real quick. If I can get to it. What am I unplugging here? All right, guys, I should have had this done. I usually like to have the thing done so I don't have to be scrambling around. Okay, so yeah, give me a hashtag. Oh, Priscilla. Okay. Ooh, Terry, you got it again. Hi, Terry. Since you got it again, I'm going to go ahead and let the next person put it in. You are the first person I saw. But okay, Jeannie's palettes. Hope you don't mind, Terry. But, I didn't want to give you, I want to let everybody else have a chance. So Jeannie's palette, Jeannie, darling, you're the next person that I saw that put in Priscilla. So I will send you a little heart charm, and I'll get with you as far as the color. I've got the big bad baby here. This is an industrial heat gun. I don't have one of them little quiet ones. Hope it wasn't too noisy for you. All right, so that's dry enough. This thing dries like real quick. It actually fries the crap out of my fingers sometimes if I'm not careful. Oh, okay. No, that's a fine. Spread the love. Oh, thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. Fast fingers, woman. Yeah, 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 absolutely. Okay, so I do have one more though, related to a question that you have to answer about females. Okay, this is a kind of a who is the other only person that Elvis has proposed to? The only other person that Elvis ever proposed to that he was going to marry. Hashtag with that name, the first person will get a heart. And I think I'm at one, two, three. And then I think I'll have one more after that. So somebody's got to come up with that one. That might be a little bit more tricky for you if you don't know much about his later years. But who was the only other? No, not Anne Margaret, darling. It wasn't Anne Margaret. And then she was actually the same. I'll give you another hint. She was actually the person that was with him when he died that found him in the bathroom, which is kind of a, touchy subject. But anyway. All right. So there we go. We're going to throw that on there, and I'm going to start gluing this together here. Hashtag, come on, somebody think about it. There you go. I see Cindy. Cindy's Craftiations. You got it, girlfriend. It's Ginger. Ginger, that was the only, and isn't she Erin? If you look at a picture, doesn't she look a lot like Priscilla? Oh my goodness. Yeah, she looks a lot like Priscilla. Yeah, she was the one that had the last conversation with Elvis and found him when he passed away in the bathroom. Like, what a horrible place to go, I guess. But anyway, yeah, so it's Ginger. All right, you got it, girl. You're the first one. Okay, so now I'm gonna just like I said, I'm just using some Gorilla Glue here. This is, kind of like E6000. I don't know. I like E6000 too, but I just kind of fell in love with this stuff. Is this the way I wanted it, or is this the way I wanted it? I wanted it like, trying to remember how I had it. No, I have to do it like this because I need to put the guitar on there. Yeah, that's the way I had it. All right, so there we go, like that. Yeah. So, I mean, anybody can obviously print out sheet music and put hymnals and everything else, but I don't know. Working with the clay, I just think it's more of a challenge. And, it's got a little dimension on it, and I left the edges rough on purpose. I didn't want it to be a straight piece. I wanted it to look like it was all torn and ripped and all that. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, congratulations on that for Miss, who was that got it? It was Cindy. Cindy, you got it, darling, for Ginger. Okay. All right, so I got that. How much time? I still got 40, almost 15 minutes. I am doing good. Yay, girls. Yay, yay, yay. All right, so I got that piece. Now I'm going to put my guitar on. Oh, I didn't show you how to make a rose. I want to show you how to make the rose. Hopefully, after I put this on, if I have enough time, I really wanted to show you how to make one of the cute little roses, little rosebuds. My best friend passed away instantly while in the bathroom, too. I know. Isn't that, I don't know. It's just a sad place. I had a friend's husband who died in the shower, and he was actually working along in a hotel, and that was just so horrible. Okay, so I got that piece. Now let's go ahead and get the guitar on there. All right. And I think about like that. I'm going to lay it all out first. Oh, I wanted to kind of see, this is my little banner. It says "Love Me Tender." I'm going to put a little antiquing on that because I want those letters to pop out a little bit. And for this, I'm going to use some of this Waverly antique. It's an antique, it's a wax. There's lots of different antiquing things out there, but this is one I have and it works, and I don't use it that much. So I'm basically just going to do this because I want to get the letters to stand out a little bit more maybe. And I thought maybe about doing a white and then doing an antique, but whatever. Hopefully it'll be able to see it a little bit better this way. And you can see I'm going to end up wiping this off. I just mainly wanted to get it inside the letters because I stamped this with my letters. By the way, I'm not going to pull them out, but I have like some rubber stamp letters, and that's what I did with that. All right, so I'm just going to kind of throw that on there, and it will change the color a little bit. But here's the thing about that. Thank you, Miss Christie. I appreciate that. Here's the thing about when you antique like this, and it does take the color down a little bit. If you wanted to, you could actually bring the color back up by just painting, the color on the clay. I could put some aqua or some teal on this and bringing it up a little bit if I wanted to. But I don't mind it. You wipe much of it off and you kind of get that most of your color back. So that's going to be like that. And I wanted that to be able to show up so you can see the letters better. See, it says "Love Me Tender." Okay, so we got that. I'm going to let that sucker dry. Now, like I said, I'm going to lay everything out on here and see how I want it to look. So the banner is kind of cool. It looks like a little ribbon. Like I said, it's just a little piece of clay. And you just kind of cut it out. You roll it out, cut it to piece, cut it to size. And then I just cut my little ends on there, my little dovetail on there. All right. And then what else do I have? I got to do, oh, you know what? I'm going to antique these down too. I'm going to do that a little bit with these. All right. Let's see. We do have, I got one more heart to give away. Let me think of what I can come up for you guys to do a hashtag with to give you. Okay. Well, actually, before I do that, I would like for somebody to tell me their favorite Elvis song. This is not for anything giveaway. I'm just curious if you guys just pop in, like, what is your favorite, one of your favorite Elvis songs? I honestly don't even think I have a favorite. He's got so many. I like the real upbeat ones. I like the love stories. But yeah, so you can see I'm just putting a little bit of brown on this to kind of take this down a little bit. Um, so yeah, just tell me what's your favorite Elvis song? Be curious. It's hard to really say. Actually, this is kind of cool. As I'm wiping it off, some of the gold is coming off, and it brings a little bit of white on it. I mean, you might never see that, but it looks really cool like that. Kind of taking a little bit of that off, and I love it. I love the look of this. And this is what I'll be doing. I'll be doing with your guys is I'll be antiquing them down like this and making them really pretty. It looks a lot better in person probably than it does on the camera. Okay, Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock, in the ghetto. Betty, I love that song. I remember, oh my God, I remember that song. That's not one that's known as well as some of the other famous ones, but In the Ghetto is such a touching song, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Actually, I think the first time I heard it, I cried. Tell you that I'm a pretty sensitive person when it comes to music. Music is a big thing. I've come from a musical background family, and my parents are musicians, and we grew up, and I can't sing. And okay, that we grew up in a lot of people in my family who were playing instruments and stuff, but I got the visual instead of the musical. But I like to dance now. All right, so we're going to leave that like that. And I might throw a little bit of something else on there. Like I said, what I want to do, even though I have not baked these yet, I'm going to color these up too, and they're going to go in the corner. I might even leave them black. They're kind of cool black, but I might put a little something on there, and I'm going to put those up in the corner. I just forgot to bake them because I had a lot of things I've been working on. All right, let's get my roses on there. Let's get the roses on. I hope I have time to show you a rose. Need prayers, please. I got black. Oh no, Miss Julie, that is not a good thing. Hold on, Julie. I'm gonna pray for you real quick. But I did meet him. He was hanging out with a friend from Gaston, and they came by our school before he gave me a piece of paper with his name and a pretty. Oh, well, isn't that sweet? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Now, I did get to meet Donny Osmond back in the day, and he gave me his autograph. I got to go backstage and meet him, and I was a big Donny Osmond fan when I was a kid. But and yeah, I never got his autograph. I actually have Tom Jones' autograph somewhere too. I met him backstage. Those are other stories for different days. But yeah, that's so sad. And let me see. Miss Julie, I am so sorry that you have the mold in your horn. In the name of Jesus, I pray for Julie. I pray for healing in her lungs and her body, and that you would just eradicate that black mold in her, and that she will be whole and well in the name of Jesus. And Julie, I just hope that this nasty mold that is in your body is just removed, and you become well and whole. Oh, you want to see how I make the rosebuds? All right. Well, maybe what I'll do is you guys will pretty much see how I'm going to assemble this. I'll finish it up, and I'll try to take a little bit of time here to show you, because I'm just going to place the rosebuds on here and place everything on here. So what you do, if you guys want to go ahead and do the rosebuds. Oh, you were a fan of Donny Osmond too? Yeah. I saw my mom was dating somebody or had a friend that was a security guard at some concert hall and got me a backstage pass to see him, and it was kind of interesting. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna do all that. But what I think I'll do now is, if you want to see the rose, I'll show you how to do the rose, and then I'll take a good picture of it when I'm done. By the way, I will have this for auction at the end of the month if anybody's interested in that piece. Yes, thank you, Miss Julie. I do hope you get better. I think you live in a place for 5 years and breathe it in. Yeah, I know. I've been in some interesting situations like that with mold. I don't think that I have any it affected me, but I understand. All right, so to do this rose, we're gonna roll this out. Let's see, I got 8 minutes, guys. Can I do this in 8 minutes? I still want to do one last giveaway too. I got to think of something that I can do a hashtag well. Oh, da, 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 da. Does anybody, okay, I don't even know the answer to this question, but I'm just going to say I can't remember her name to tell you the truth, but we're going to do this anyway. The first person that can do a hashtag with Jesus, excuse me, yes, in the name of Jesus, with Elvis's mother's name. Elvis's mother's name, hashtag Elvis's mother's name. I'll do another heart. I'll do my last heart giveaway. I think that is 5. 1, 2, and if I'm not, I'll just make another one. All right. So yeah, tell me Jesus's mother's name, and we'll do a hashtag Jesus mother's name. Gee, I keep saying Jesus. I got Jesus on the brain, which is not a bad thing. But Elvis's mother's name, and I'll send you one. First person. Who we got here? Gladys. That is it. That is so right. I totally forgot it. Okay, and the first person I see tearing is Terry again. All right, Terry. Sorry, darling. You got to give out some love here. Teresa, I think you already won too. Who's the next person in line? Like I said, I want to be able to share it with everybody. Is Oh, Molly. Okay, Molly. Sip and Crafts and Molly, you got it. Okay, Miss Molly's going to get that one. I know she was third in line, but you other two ladies have already got one. So we'll go ahead and give it to Miss Molly. I hope you ladies are all right with that. Try to be fair. All right, so the heart. 7 minutes in a heart, not a heart, what you call it? A rose. So you roll it out a piece that's out really flat like this. You try to get it pretty thin. And then you can make it bigger if you want. You can use a bigger thing. All right. So I'm taking if you want it to be a bigger, you can have a bigger circle. This is just a small one. And you just do some circle cutouts like this. I got this little geeky finger right here. I don't know what it is. My fingers in the wintertime, they get dry and they split. And this one on my first finger was split so bad it was hurting and bleeding yesterday. So, and I probably need to try to get 6 out of this, but I think I'm just going to go with what I got for sake for time. All right, so I'm going to show you. So you basically take your little circles, and like I said, this stuff sticks. This is not very clean, guys. I'm telling you right now, it should be a little cleaner. All right, and it's kind of small, but I'll try to bring it up to the camera. But what you do is you lay your little circles out. You kind of like lay them on top of each other like that. If you can see that. If not, I'll pull this up for a second so you can see it. Get that out of the way. So see, it's kind of like laid up like that, like in a little row. All right, and you can do it a couple different ways. You can take, usually all I do is take, like, where's my little dowel thing? Here's my little dowel. You can kind of do this number. This is a small one. You can actually take a toothpick probably and try a toothpick instead. And you just kind of press it down like that. All right. And then you're going to, excuse me, like I said, I got a little bit of crud left. So I kind of pressed it, made an indentation like that. Then what you're going to do is just roll it. You can actually roll it up. Ah, it's stuck. Darn thing's stuck because it's warm in here. All right, so I'm just going to roll it. And hold on, it's kind of goofing up on me. It needs to have a little bit more circles, at least 6. But you can see when you roll it up like that, and you can actually cut where I did that indentation, you can cut that in half and make 2, one on either side. But I did a little quick one. So you guys got the basic idea. It makes a cute little rosebud. And then you can put it on a stick or something if you want to bake it like that, or you can cut the bottom off a little bit and make it flat. So there you go with your little rosebud. Okay, and I still got 5 minutes left. Well, isn't that darn cool? I did it all. All right, so yeah. So any other questions on the roses? Now these are kind of cool because with the roses, you can take variations of colors. You can mix a couple of colors together and make some variegated roses. Like I said, catch me on Wednesday doing the Pioneer Woman thing, and I'm going to be doing a bowl. I'll be showing you how to do a flower bowl. All right, so I do have a few more minutes left, and I am probably just going to stop at this point with what I got going on and bring my camera up because I did want to let Elvis, I wanted Elvis to take us out. I wanted Mr. Elvis, he's going to come back and he's going to say a few things and just, and just let everybody know how grateful he is that you guys have joined us today. And, since he is my cousin, I wanted to make sure that he had an opportunity to say goodbye. And I'm excited that all you ladies have joined me, and I appreciate it. And if you have any other questions, by all means, ask me, or You can ask me now because like I said, I am Kim's cousin. We go way back, and we got family members together. And well, we got a question here about Paula McClay. Is this Paula McClay? Yes, ma'am, Miss Dahlia. Dollar. Is it Dollar? Did I say that right, darling? Dollar. Yeah, that is Paula McClay. And Kim knows all about that Paula McClay. And she'll tell you that you do need to bake it in the oven. And if you want to know more about it, you can actually get with her or take her video course, and she'll teach you all about that Paula McClay. And welcome, It's Dayla. I think it's Dayla, ain't it? Am I saying that right? But anyway, ladies, I just wanted to say thank you so much. And then I just wanted to make sure too that you continue watching all of us ladies from the Crafty Bunch. If you have not signed up with the Crafty Bunch, they are an amazing bunch of women that have just do so many, and guys, by the way. We got another Elvis coming up around 6 o'clock. That would be the Crafty brother, and you don't want to miss him neither. But the next one after Kim is Teresa with Suburban Country Charm. Suburban Country Charm, and she is going to be next to that. I'm sure she's going to have some awesome. Matter of fact, she's going to do a really. She looks just like me. I'm telling you what, Teresa looks just like me. She's got my suit. I think she stole my suit from that damn museum. You know what I mean? I think she stole my suit because she looks like one of mine. So anyway, I just want to say goodbye to all you ladies, and I'm just so grateful that you have honored me with your time and honored me with my birthday, and letting me know that hi, that I do love you guys, and I hope you like the Elvis mask. I couldn't resist. I thought it was so funny. Oh, actually, you know what I did? I got this off Pinterest. It's just a cutout from Pinterest, but I'm like, I had to do it. I had to do it. All right, ladies. I got about a minute left. We're supposed to stay on to the very last second, but I think I am pretty much close enough. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be getting with all you ladies for the giveaways, the hashtags. I'll go through all my comments. I'll get with you privately, and I'll get you those out. I'll paint them up whatever color. I'll put a little initial on the back for you, and y'all, you guys can have your own personalized thing. Think about it. You can do it as a gift for Valentine's if you want. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I'd love for, like I said, keep with the Crafty Bunch. If you're on your phone, you're not familiar, just hit your little refresh and go from there. And the next person, like I said, is Teresa, and she's got Suburban Country Charm, and I know you got to go see her. Honestly, she's a riot. She's got the wig and the outfit and everything. Yeah, but yeah, watch the replay. I think you'll really enjoy it. Watch all of us ladies that you missed, and I'll be seeing you later, lady. Bye bye. All right, one. Oops. Elvis has left the building. Bye bye.